Your name, a story, across time and stars. It begins with a dream. A boy in Tokyo racing through the streets, searching for something he cannot name. A girl in the mountains of Japan, waking with tears on her cheeks, her heart heavy with a longing she doesn't understand. Their lives are ordinary, yet somewhere between waking and dreaming, fate ties a thread between them. Mitsuha Miyamizu lives in the quiet town of Itomori, nestled beside a deep lake said to have been born from a fallen star. She is a shrine maiden, bound by family duty to rituals she finds stifling. The weight of tradition presses on her shoulders, and she longs to escape to the neon-lit streets of Tokyo, to live a life unbound by gossip and expectations. One morning, she cries out in frustration, "Make me a handsome Tokyo boy in my next life." The wish is lighthearted, but it is heard. Taki Tachibana, meanwhile, is that Tokyo boy, studious, hot-headed, working part-time in a trendy restaurant. His days are filled with trains, skyscrapers, and the endless pulse of the city. He doesn't know what he's missing until one morning, he wakes to find himself not in his own room, but in Mitsuha's body. The phenomenon repeats. Some mornings, Mitsuha finds herself in Taki's world, stumbling through his school and clumsy at his job. Other days, Taki is suddenly in Itomori, bungling shrine rituals and confusing Mitsuha's friends. At first, it's chaos, embarrassment, arguments, desperate notes scribbled on hands and phones, but gradually, order emerges. They leave messages for one another, rules to follow, gentle teasing. Their relationship grows not through face-to-face meetings, but through the intimate act of sharing lives. Through Mitsuha, Taki discovers the beauty of the countryside, the warmth of community, the rhythms of nature. Through Taki, Mitsuha tastes the energy of the city, its endless possibilities. Their bond deepens, not as strangers, but as two souls slowly falling in love. Yet beneath their laughter and small quarrels lingers an unspoken truth. They've never actually met. And then, without warning, the switches stop. Taki waits, puzzled, then worried. He tries calling, searching, remembering the details of Mitsuha's town. He sketches the lake and the mountains from memory, desperate to find Itomori. When he finally does, his heart freezes. The town no longer exists. 3 years earlier, a comet split in the sky, and one of its fragments struck Itomori, erasing it from the map. Mitsuha, her family, her friends, all gone. The revelation shatters him, but he cannot let go. Following a fading memory, he climbs to the shrine on the mountain where Mitsuha once performed rituals, where threads of fate intertwine. There, in the hollow of an ancient rock, lies her kuchikami sake, sacred sake brewed with her own spirit. Taki drinks it, tying himself to her across time. He collapses into vision. The comet blazes across the night sky. He sees Itomori before its destruction, Mitsuha alive, racing through the town she loved and hated. Their timelines collide, and for one fleeting miracle, twilight bends the rules of the world. They meet. On the edge of a glowing field, with the comet burning above, Taki and Mitsuha finally stand face to face. Their voices tremble, their hands almost touch. The joy of recognition surges through them, stronger than any dream. To hold on to it, they write their names on each other's palms, hoping to defy the forgetfulness that always follows. But as twilight fades, so does their chance. The pen slips. Her name vanishes. He awakens alone. Back in her time, Mitsuha realizes the truth. Her town's destruction is imminent. With Taki's warning echoing in her heart, she rallies her friends and even defies her stern father, the mayor, to evacuate the residents. The plan is reckless, cutting power, spreading false alarms, but her resolve burns. She will not let their bond end in tragedy. But memory is cruel. Taki forgets her name, her face, everything. All that remains is a hollow ache, a yearning he cannot explain. Mitsuha, too, feels the same, walking her world with a piece missing. Years pass. The comet fades into history. The people of Itomori survive, but for Taki and Mitsuha, the miracle is buried in time. And yet, threads of fate are not so easily severed. Tokyo moves forward, crowds rushing through its veins. Taki, now older, lives an ordinary life, yet his heart drifts. He sees glimpses in dreams, feels echoes when he stares out train windows. Mitsuha, too, walks the city streets, her hair swaying with the same restless longing. Though their memories are gone, the yearning remains like a scar on the soul. One winter morning, as trains pass in opposite directions, their eyes meet through glass. Recognition stirs. The feeling is immediate, overwhelming. They leap from their seats, racing through the maze of stairs and platforms, hearts pounding with something they can't name. On the slopes of a quiet staircase, they cross paths again. Breathless, uncertain, yet pulled together by destiny's invisible thread, they turn to one another. The words come, hesitant, yet inevitable. Your name is... And in that unfinished question lies everything: loss, longing, joy, and the promise of love reborn. The thread is tied once more, not by memory, but by the unshakable truth of their bond. Themes and symbolism. Makoto Shinkai weaves more than a love story. The film is rooted in musubi, a Shinto concept of threads binding people, time, and nature. The red cord Mitsuha wears symbolizes fate itself, sometimes tangled, sometimes severed, but always reconnecting. The comet embodies both destruction and renewal. From catastrophe comes connection, from death springs love. The act of writing names is more than identification, it is existence. When Taki forgets Mitsuha's name, he forgets her very being. And yet, his hand remembers the words he couldn't write. The mark left is not her name, but I love you, proving that emotion can transcend even memory. Mitsuha's wish to live as someone else, and Taki's eventual longing for someone he cannot remember, reflect the universal human desire for connection beyond the ordinary. The film captures the ache of adolescence, the feeling that something greater awaits, just beyond reach. Closing Your Name is not just an anime film. It is a meditation on love, memory, and fate. It tells us that even if names are forgotten, even if years and distance separate us, love has a way of returning. That the bonds we form, however fleeting, ripple through time. And as the credits roll, we're left with that same ache, that same longing as Taki and Mitsuha on the staircase. Because deep down, we all carry someone whose name is written on our souls, waiting to be spoken once more.